Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
CNN especially just decided to cave in and go along with the narrative that Republicans were selling.
Well, and also as a woman, can I just say, Jody, you look alive over there. I'm just so angry about, that we're like, oh, well, America's not ready for a woman. First of all, Hillary won the popular vote despite an epic amount of effery and the mainstream media being wall-to-wall her emails. That's how Donald Trump got in the first place. And then Kamala Harris lost by 1.5 points despite massive amounts of disinformation and effery. So, I don't know clearly misogyny, played a part, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like your piece is so perfect. Why ratings are down. Oh my God. By the way, CNN, holy cow. Yeah. They're like super in the, do I have those numbers? Hold on to your point of your piece. Hang on one second. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves.
Rutabaga.
Yeah, Scott Dworkin said during the week of November 25th, CNN averaged only 260,000 viewers per day, losing out to channels like Bravo and Food Network after CNN spent years relentlessly attacking President Biden and Vice President Harris while sane-washing Trump and his cult members. This ratings disaster is well deserved. I mean, they're trying to be Fox Light. Right. And then, Joe and Mika go and try to turn MSNBC into Fox Light. And that's not, there's there's not an audience for that. Right.
Yeah. No, but nobody wants to sit there and, it's not that you need to be the liberal Fox. Right. But you at least need to be fair and not simply buy the Fox line, right, and try to pull. It's like Democrats trying to get Republican voters. CNN, you're not getting the Fox viewers. Yeah. They are gone.
Yeah.
So do your thing and get the viewers that you can that aren't watching Fox.
And Joe Scarborough having a 20-minute meltdown over the fact that, people have had enough of this self-important blowhard. Yep. And, and him saying, oh, well, we went to get the measure of the man. You've known him for, 40 years? Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. Now you need to go get the measure of Donald Trump? I mean, okay.
And then the really interesting story would have been, we went there because we're scared of retribution. That should have been it. We went there because we are trying to cover our own asses, and not get thrown in prison. That's a story. That's a story worth telling. That's something the American people need to know. We don't need Joe and Mika's newfound observations about Donald Trump.
Yeah. They need to do what I do. I admit I'm scared, and then I go have a gastrointestinal event for several minutes in the middle of an interview. Mm-hmm. That's human. You said you spoke of the both-siderism that pretended that anything Hunter Biden was remotely equal to a single hour of the criminality of Donald Trump. You said a rational news organization wouldn't invite back anyone who had said the 2020 election was stolen. And I'm not even talking about regular awful conservative spewers like Scott Jennings.
Oh, I hate them.
Gee whiz, I wish I could say what you said. Okay. What? No, all right. But we hung in there because we got our fix of appalling acts by Trump. And you just said, for the act of faux balance. We got more Yahoo safaris where Trump voters were interviewed as if their stupidity was down-home wisdom. Has there ever been a single diner bunch of interviews with Hillary voters or Kamala voters? No. Or how existentially depressed we all are? No, like that just doesn't matter.
No, our feelings don't matter because we've been owned. No, the thing that gets me about that also is if they were interviewing Harris voters, it was always, well, here are the people that voted for Trump that now have seen the light, right, and are going to vote for Harris, and so that's it. We just got the converts, not the people that have been faithful all along.
Yeah. You said since the election, ratings have plummeted for CNN and MSNBC, which is to be expected to an extent, but usually the fall-off post-election is across the board. You said, however, Fox, quote-unquote, news is gaining viewers, and of course the mad mothers are over there crowing about it. I mean, that does generally happen, like you say, with whoever the losing party is, that side gets dispirited and tunes out for a while.
But it's not just that. Usually, again, it's across the board. Usually, every news network loses audience after an election because everybody's been paying such intense attention to it.
Yeah.
And but this time, Fox is up while the others are plunging.
Right.
And that is a different situation and something they, as I say, they need to get their crap together.
Yeah.
And
I keep saying that. That's why we're stuck in this morning hellscape, is because the morning show, either sets up or brings down your entire network. And I contend they're bringing down the whole network. You said with the frightened voices of Joe and Mika talking about how they flew to Mar-a-Lago to kiss Trump's voluminous ass echoing in our ears. CNN reporting on family separation as if it's the same as a new tax on cornflakes. With the shift in reporting on the economy to emphasize how great it is, exposed to the doom and gloom of the pre-election election period.
Oh, goodness.
But look who I'm talking to.
Yes.
That was the
pre-erect.
pre-election period. We're never going to get one again now. With the pretense of objectivity and the mask of fairness making the monstrous innocuous, with the billionaires who own the mass media desperate to kowtow the incoming fascist regime. You just said I've kicked you out, CNN and MSNBC. You put it all up, and now I'm done. Get your together or just disappear. Thank you. They need to. I'm sorry. They changed the morning show. First of all, they have a lot of talent over there that do not bend the knee to Donald Trump, and that is the last thing. We have Harry Litman on today, who quit the LA Times to say, I'm not going to be associated with this. Right. I mean, he was talking about the amount of lying Trump does. You can't just cover it in any kind of both sides do it way. He lies relentlessly.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that it virtually never got brought up that they were running someone for president who a jury said committed sexual assault and a judge said was rape.
Yeah.
So they were running a rapist, and nobody talked about that except those of us screaming over here.
Right.
Was
that off bounds for Kristen Welker to bring up the fact that he is an adjudicated rapist who has nominated now a second rapist, allegedly, to his cabinet? But no, that's too rude.
No, we can't do that. We can't have the truth actually out there. And the idea that, I also said that one of the things that's going on here is it's like CNN is narrating its own destruction because of how Trump is talking about essentially taking control of the media, threatening them with withdrawing licenses and other things. And going after the journalists that are there, so you're just going to sit here and say the very system that keeps you alive, you're just going to sit there and report on with this idea of objectivity.
Well, and by the way, in here in the United States of Mark Elias. I love him. He's one of the people modeling courage. And he said, he pointed out how one of the questions was deeply troubling that Kristen Welker posed. She said, for the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter? Trump, of course, went, no. Why would I do that? And Elias said this question from Kristen Welker was deeply troubling. Donald Trump should concede the election because he lost, because he lied, and because that lie led to the events of January 6th and corroded our democracy. I hope this was just a misstep and not an effort to blur the truth to gain favor. I mean, this is where, the sane washing isn't going to stop, right? Yeah. Like that would be some really big humanitarian gesture of him to admit the obvious.
And meanwhile, we have Democrats who are saying, but Biden should go ahead and pardon Trump. So
no.
And it's like what? What? So that the person that never has turned a page in his life?
Yeah. I get, whether it's Adam Schiff or others saying they don't, want a pardon because they didn't do anything wrong. But God, I hope he's right. Our friend Allison Gill said, maybe don't shame people that do ask for pardons. They don't have the money to get bankrupted.
And that's the thing that is the real vengeance here, because Trump, is all about money and how much money he has spent on his legal defense on, and that's what he wants to get back at people for. He wants to bankrupt them to teach them a lesson.
The baby Jesus thanks you for your appearance today.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd get nasty with me.
I tell you, my longtime ex, who was Jewish, used to call it my little doll show. Is it time to put your little doll show out? I'm like, it is not a doll show. It is the.
I don't have it here. I have it at my office, but I took out my Fargo snow globe.
There you go.
Yeah, I love that.
The wood chipper.
I just fill it in with
snow globe form.
I love it.
I fill it in with other stuff, snowmen, and I don't know. There's not enough. The
Christmas
original.
tree.
There's not enough of the original cast for me. This is like a sort of struggling reboot.
Jesus is a
snowmen just
raisin
give
you
baby
picked up off the
Jesus a
floor.
carrot? Do they give baby Jesus a carrot plucked out their nose to get the baby Jesus?
Yes. All right. Best of luck to you. See you next week. Love you. I'm here with the incredibly handsome Dr. David Silverman to talk about ASEA Renew that I am holding in my hand. This stuff is amazing. Revitalizing Redox gel. You hold up, you have you can either, it comes in drink form and this is the gel form. I love, first of all, that supermodel Carol Alt will be promoting this. She's taken so many jobs from me, so I am so happy.
Just to give some context, because I have to tell you that this is very unique. This is not, it's not a pharmaceutical, it's not a nutritional product. It's something that our cells make. It's called redox signaling molecules. But bottom line is, our cells make redox signaling molecules. Your body makes it right now, but we all made more of it when we were younger. What's in this bottle is in you. It's in me, right? But I'll be 64 in 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm 30 years old. I've been drinking this for 13 years.
Wow, Doc, what a thrill to meet you and to hear more about this, because you know it's you just kind of go, oh, it works, but to hear about the why is really fascinating to me. Dr. David Silverman, what a joy and a pleasure, and thank you so much.